Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this set right here. I think they came out so gorgeous and I'm really excited to show you. So if you'd like to see how I did them, just keep watching. So I've been a little MIA on YouTube lately. I've had a terrible cold and have been trying to get over it the last couple of weeks. It's still lingering a bit, but I definitely don't sound nasally anymore. I just have this annoying cough. So I've not posted anything in a little while. So I decided to finally get my butt in gear and get myself on here and start recording some content for you guys. I'm starting off here with just my base coat. I'm going to paint all the nails and cure them for 30 seconds. But it also kind of gave me a chance now, since it's the holidays, to just do some shopping, spend a little bit of time with my family, get my decorations up, and what I was able to do anyway. My husband was out of town for a week taking care of a family member, so I had a little bit of one-on-one time with my little guy. So it was just a little mommy and me time with him and I. Unfortunately, I was sick for most of that time, so he didn't exactly get the best part of me. But what can you do? He's still a mama's boy either way, and he loves being with his mama, sick or not. So we spent a lot of time watching Christmas movies, playing games with his dinosaurs, because he's really into dinosaurs, and just being. But it was fun for what it was anyway. Even though I was sick, I still liked spending a little one-on-one time with him. He's in kindergarten, so it's at the most fun age. I have two other kids too, but they're grown and no longer live with us, so they're adults. And I kind of started a little bit later in life with him. I have two girls and a boy, so my youngest is my boy, so I got to finally have my boy. God blessed me with my son, and at the right time too. I needed him in my life for sure at that time. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. So now I'm going in with this blue color. I decided to do a little bit of a blue accent just because it was very neutral and the blue pops and it makes the whole set pop in my opinion. But with this set, I'm also doing some isolated chrome, and I'm going to be using my airbrush machine. I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but as far as airbrush versus sponge, I would say that the airbrush gives it a more flawless look. In fact, I actually had done another nail, just a test nail, to see what it would look like. Sometimes I tend to do that. So I did a test nail on the blue with the sponge, and I really did not like how it came out. I was trying not to use my airbrush, only because it's kind of a big production. You gotta clean it really well before you put it back. Otherwise, you're not gonna have an airbrush machine anymore. But I didn't want to have to get it out to do these two nails, and I'm going to do one on each hand. But I couldn't help it. It looks so pretty with the airbrush machine for me versus the sponge. I haven't really mastered the sponge. I know a lot of people prefer it, but I prefer the airbrush. I just wish I could not settle, because I don't ever like to settle. I just wish I could get my technique with the sponge down like I've seen some other people do. Maybe it's the sponge. Maybe it's the gel. Who knows? But either way, I used my airbrush machine for that blue one to get a little bit of a pop to this set, and the isolated chrome as well. So now I'm just doing my second set. I'll cure that, and then I'll start on my design on each nail. And I live in Southern California. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for winter weather. We don't really have seasons here in Southern California. So lately it's been like 80 degrees, 85 degrees. We got up to almost 90 degrees last week, which is insane for this time of year, but it's also kind of normal for us. I'm just ready to wear sweats and slippers and drink hot cocoa and be under the blanket. Crazy thing is though, at night it gets pretty chilly, at least for us. I know all you East Coasters are going to laugh when I say this, but it's been getting down into like the 40s and low 50s at night. So for us, that's really cold here. That's like big jacket and beanie kind of weather, scarves. That's what we're used to. We're used to warmer weather. Sun shines 320 days out of the year here, which I'm not complaining about at all. I just wish we could have some actual weather for a change. So it's been really warm here, which the cold nights and the warm days didn't exactly help my cold at all. I didn't know if I wanted to wear sweats because it was really cold in the morning, or if I wanted to put my shorts and flip-flops on because it was really warm in the afternoon. So that probably had a lot to do with my lingering cold as well. But Here in Southern California, it's just, again, it's beautiful, but I'm ready for some winter weather. How about you guys? I want to feel like I'm in the Christmas spirit. I love watching Christmas movies. I love to put on Christmas movies every year. We have a movie night every weekend. I go out with all out with popcorn, treats, and we snuggle up on the couch and watch Christmas movies. And of course, we watch all the classics. I like to always start with Home Alone 1 and 2. We watch Elf, all the Santa Claus movies, Miracle on 34th Street. Those are some of my favorites. What are some of your guys' favorites? So now I'm going to start with the isolated chrome design on this nail, and I'm using the V Beauty Pure Chrome Bond. You can also use a no wipe top coat, or even like a gem gel. I know a lot of people tend to use Macart for these if you want it to be a little bit thicker, because this is not the viscosity on this is not as thick as the gem gel from Macart or other brands, which I don't mind because I got a little bit of a 3D effect on this even with the thin consistency of it. So for me it was fine. You can also do double layers, which I don't think would actually work out well now that I'm thinking about that, so scratch that. Anyway, so you want to do your design, which I did, a little bit of an abstract oval. You want to cure it for 30 seconds. Now I'm doing the isolated chrome on the other nail, and that's, I don't know what shape this is. It's kind of like a star shape, but not a traditional star. So it's got the 4 points that are like the cross shape, and then you got those other 4 that are coming out in between those. So to me, it's a star shape. I don't know what you would call it if it's not. So sue me. So I'm drawing my star shape, and then I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds as well. So going back to the weather, I always like to plan my meals around the time of the year. So I look forward to the cold time of year because I love making soups. I have so many soup recipes, like a lasagna soup, a winter barley lemon soup. I like stews, beef barley stew. I like barley, if you haven't noticed. It's very good for you too. But those, I love to make that. I also love making bread, fresh bread to go with it. And during the summer, it gets so hot out here. We get triple digits out here. I live more inland in Southern California, so we get triple digits. So using the oven really isn't an option unless I'm going to be running my air conditioner 24/7. And we don't have solar panels here. So if you know anything about the cost of electricity in Southern California, then you know it's ridiculously expensive to run your AC. So we kind of time that around, the time of day. We don't use it 24/7. If we're home, we'll turn it on, but otherwise using the oven, just it adds so much unnecessary heat. And we live in a 2-story, and I stay upstairs a lot of the time, and heat rises, so it ain't the business. It's just not fun. So I went ahead and used my chrome, and I rubbed that in, and then I put that aside. Now I'm using the chrome on the star-shaped one that I mentioned earlier. You want to make sure that you're really rubbing it into the design and sticking to every part of that chrome bond or gem gel, whatever it is that you used, and every part of that. And it didn't show in the last one, but when you finish rubbing the chrome all around, you just want to get a dust brush, and if you did it right with the matte top coat underneath, then it should not stick to any other part of the nail except for that chrome bond. So you just want to make sure that you're using a matte top coat, or even buffing the nail. Some people do like to buff the nail instead of using the matte top coat, but I personally find that I've had more success using the matte top coat. So now moving on to the next nail, I'm doing something of a cow print kind of a design. I wanted to do the turtle shell look, but I'm not very good at that. I'm still practicing. Maybe I'll master that and do a video or short on how I did that, because I still consider myself something of a beginner. I've been doing my own nails now for a little bit over 4 years, and I started doing my nails after I had been going to a salon, a high-end salon in the area I used to live in. I loved going there, and the first person that I started, my first nail technician, she was amazing. I had her for a couple of years. Unfortunately, she moved out of state, so The person that took over for her, also equally amazing. Loved her. I'm not a basic person when it comes to nails. I love getting nail art. So she was really good at nail art, and that's what I needed, somebody who was really good at nail art. She too, unfortunately, left, and the quality of that salon, the people they were hiring, was kind of going down. They used to hire individuals that were really, really good with nail art. So the other person that I got, she did not like doing nail art. She was kind of, I don't want to speak negatively, she just didn't like doing nail art. And every time I tried to get somebody else, no one else was available, so I was always stuck with her. And my nails would cost me $100 plus. And if I'm paying over $100 for my nails, I want to be happy. And I wasn't happy when I was with her. So I decided, it was after COVID anyway. I had moved out of the area and I was driving down there. So I decided, instead of looking for a new person, I'm going to learn how to do my nails myself. So I went on to YouTube and I started watching a ton of videos. And I taught myself how to do nails. I started with Gel-X. I had gone out to eat one day, and the girl, our server, she had gorgeous nails, and I asked her what they were, and she said that they were Gel-X, and at that point I had never even heard what Gel-X was. I had always been an acrylic person. So I discovered Gel-X at that point. I went and right out and I did a lot of research, and I'm a huge researcher, and I found Apres. It's one of the more higher end brands, and that's what I use now for all my press-ons. I ordered a box of press-ons from them, and I was in love with the way that they looked. Now, it was a little bit of a learning curve for me doing my own nails. I used to always do just regular nail polish on my natural nails, but I can never grow my nails out. No matter what, my nails would always break. They were just, brittle. I don't have the strongest nails in general, no matter what. This was before I started using all the product on it. So it was a little bit of a learning curve for me to use the enhancements on myself versus having someone else do them for me. But again, I kept practicing, and my sister-in-law let me use her as a guinea pig. So I started doing her nails as well. And then I eventually wanted to learn how to do acrylic, because acrylic is a stronger extension that you can use, enhancement on your nail, and it'll last a lot longer than Gel-X. You just have to fill it in. You can keep those nails on for 2 months with the fill. So I learned how to do acrylic as well, and to be honest, I'm still learning. I don't do them so much on myself anymore. I'll wear press-ons or Gel-X nowadays, so I don't really do those, but I do still do my sister-in-law's nails, and she loves acrylics, so I do her acrylics. I also do my daughters. One is 28 and the other is 23. So I do their nails. One likes acrylic and the other one likes Gel-X. So I get a little bit of a variety with my kids. So yeah, I'm a self-taught nail artist, but now I'm trying to get my press-on business launched, and that's funandflirtingnails.com, shameless plug. But I'm trying to launch my nail press-on business. So everyone kept telling me that I should do nails, and I haven't had the time, unfortunately, to become a nail technician. So I have to work full-time. So working full-time, I didn't have the opportunity to go to school. Now, unfortunately, I did get laid off a couple of months ago, so I am looking into going to nail school, because it does not seem, with the job market the way it is, doesn't seem like I'm going to be getting a job anytime soon. So I'm looking into nail school, and I want to be a licensed nail technician, and maybe I can start taking paid clients rather than just family members that I don't charge. And I wouldn't charge them even if I was, not for my kids or my sister-in-law. These are my immediate family. But anybody else, I need to start making some income here. So I want to look into going to nail tech school or a manicuring program. I reached out to a couple last week, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll find something this week. So now this nail that I'm doing now, I'm not going to lie. This one was a challenge for me. It took me a bit to get this design down, because I don't have... I'm a naturally shaky person, and I don't know if it's the coffee that I drink or I'm just a shaky person. but my lines weren't coming out as crisp. And maybe it's the size brush that I'm using. Maybe I should have used a longer brush, but I feel like I have more control when I'm doing a design like this with a smaller brush. That's why I decided to use this size, but it was definitely a struggle. After a bit, I finally, and I cut a lot of this out in a bit here, but after a little bit, I finally got it to where I wanted it. And then I cure that for 30 seconds and then I move on to the next part. So I have to say that wearing press-ons though is definitely a game changer. There's a lot of times where you just don't have the time to get to the salon and you have a night out or a special event coming up, and the way to go is press-ons. And you can use them. I've worn press-ons lasted me several weeks. It depends on how you apply them. So you can use the sticky tabs, you can do them with glue, and now if you're not planning on reusing them, you can also put them on with acrylic. Now that'll make them the strongest. But I think that the cost of press-ons, the hand-painted quality press-ons, like the ones I'm selling on my website, those are designed to be reused. So I would do sticky tabs or nail glue so that you don't ruin the integrity of the nail, and you can reuse them. And I've made several sets for myself where I do use them, and I don't always like to have nails on as I do a lot in the kitchen. I make bread, I cook a lot of cleaning just around the house, just, general house duties and whatnot. So I don't always like to have nails on just because I'm pretty rough with my hands. So again, press-ons are a really good way to go. So what I'm wearing right now, these are actually press-ons that I put them on with a peel-off base coat underneath. I use the Jello base coat, peel-off base coat. So it allows them to stay on for longer, and then it doesn't really destroy the integrity of my natural nail. Now there is a little bit of damage because they're enhancements. No matter how you do it, especially for someone like me who has naturally thin nails, it's gonna leave some sort of residue or whatnot. But yeah, press-on nails, I love wearing press-on nails. So now I'm gonna use my airbrush machine to do the aura effect on this nail. So the base color that I have is like a cerulean or just a really pretty blue color. It's a Kiara Sky color, by the way. And I'm going to go in with a much lighter blue, like a sky blue, and use my airbrush. And you can see it's super, super quick. So with the sponge, it takes me a bit to kind of finagle it. And with the airbrush, I'm done. That literally took me like 5 seconds to do. So another reason why I really, really love the airbrush machine. So I airbrush that, put that in for 30 seconds and cure that, and I'm all set with that. So now I'm all done. I'm going to top coat everything, seal in my design, and it's all finished. Making your own press-ons at home it's really easy. You have to have the right tools. If you're into it, obviously there's a lot that you need to have: a lamp, the right polishes, art brushes. There's a lot to it, which is why if you are looking for a set of quality press-ons that you can reuse, visit my website at funandflirtynails.com. My stock there is not everything that I have. I'm still working on getting everything up to my website. Doing it all myself it's very time consuming. Building that website alone was really time consuming. So I'm trying to get everything put up on my website, but I also do custom orders. So if you have an idea that you'd like to have done, send it over to me. My email address is on my website, so feel free to reach out to me there, or you can comment below and we can talk about designs and what you're looking for. But I do custom orders where the size will fit you custom. There's no doubt that it's going to fit you. So that's the way I would recommend going. There are the standard sizes: small, medium, large, extra small. I think I also have that on there as well. And then the lengths vary, but yeah, so if you're interested in custom sets, or if you're interested in anything on my website, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy this video. I hope you guys liked it, and don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. So I'm just finishing up my top coat here on this set. I did the other hand off camera. The design was the same. I just changed up the order because I don't like them to be exactly the same. I left the blue nail in the middle just because it gives it that abstract look. But I changed up the order, and you'll see in a bit here, I'll show you a final look of everything. But I think this set came out really gorgeous. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I feel like I've rambled on a lot in this video, but you guys got to know me just a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed the video and learned a little bit. Here's the finished look on that hand, and again, I think they came out so pretty. I think they're elegant and perfect for any occasion, really. And here they both are. See, I changed them up a little bit. But yeah, if you guys liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you guys would like to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.